First day waking up here. Totally flyable weather. Wish there was a seaplane on the dock down here, but we couldn't bring it yesterday. I'm actually glad we didn't. It would have been trying to fit in too much. I mean, the day was already very long and difficult as it was. But it's now too late to go and get it today. So we're just going to go on a nice little poodle. Where we are here, by the way, is by road a very, very long way to get to. It includes going over the top of the mountains. We went through the snow yesterday. And then a very, very long, and we're at the very end of a road. It's just a dead end. You can't keep going. The only way out is 30 miles back, which is what we're about to do, to go to the shops, because Anne-Marie couldn't find any wine yesterday. So that's clearly not acceptable. So we're going to get some wine and pay the parking ticket I got yesterday when we stopped to do our supermarket shop. And then if the weather's like this tomorrow, then the plan is to go and get the seaplane tomorrow and bring it, put it on a dock here. The host of this Airbnb has been very kind and said that there is a dock here, but it's a bit too exposed in the wind, and he's got a fish farm around the corner with a dock that's sort of covered. So we're going to have a look at that now as well. What a place, eh? It's just... And we've got this place sleeps 7 or 8, and it's €70 a night. Amazing value. Proud to say we haven't turned the telly on yet. Don't plan to either. But Anne-Marie and I had a sauna this morning, which is fantastic. Yeah. So this is where we are. We are there. And this is the road to get here, all the way around the outside of it. And the road is a dead end there. You can't go any further. Today we're going to go back to this town here, because we've got the very important job of getting some wine for Anne-Marie. Over there is the original place that we booked, which we didn't know you cannot reach by road. That's only accessible by boat or seaplane. I'll know for next time. I wonder what they're called. Aren't they funny tall trees? We're here just in time to go to the wine monopoly, Anne-Marie. So Anne-Marie, how's the wine shopping?
Don't even talk to me about it.
What? But there's a wine shop in there. Can you just tell everyone why we've come out empty-handed?
Because it's closed Monday to Wednesday, and the Norwegians obviously hate people that drink wine. That's what I can say.
Amazing waterfall up there.
This one is closed.
That's not a bad view from a little town. It's a Lincoln Continental Mark III. Nice.
Oh, it's so small, look.
It's a funny looking pony. So yeah, I had a Norwegian fjord just like this one with a hogged mane with a black stripe down it. So cool. So if this road's a dead end, Archie, come on, tell us the secret. What's at the end of the road? The road's about to stop.
I know how we can cross there.
How?
A bridge.
There's no bridge though, look.
Ferry.
Ferry.
A ferry? Yeah, there's a ferry. Well, they have trolls in Norway, but I don't know if they have ferries as well. Yeah. What colour slurp are you going to have?
I'm going to have that pink one. Me too.
Up early today, off for a 1.5 hour drive and a 1.5 hour train back to Bergen to pick up the seaplane and bring it up here to the cabin. So we're just walking down to check out the dock, where hopefully later today I'll be bringing the seaplane in here and docking it down here. Oh, I don't know if this is the right way. I do feel like Mr. Griswold. Hey kids, Big Ben.
Hey look kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
Okay, there's the dock. I'm glad we didn't bring the car down. The dock's okay. Whether or not we can get onto the dock or not, I don't know, because there's no way of getting across there. Okay, so we are on the way from our cabin to try and catch a train at Voss, which is an hour and a half away. We got a bit held up leaving the chalet. So at the moment we're running 15 minutes late, and I reckon I can make that up over an hour and a half journey. but only if the tunnel at the top of the mountain pass we have to drive over isn't closed like it was on the way here. If that tunnel is closed, then we've missed that train. And yes, there's another train an hour later, but I've then got 1 hour less of daylight to get everything finished the other end, get to the seaplane, pump out the floats, fuel it up, start it up, warm up, taxi, take off. It's a 45-minute flight to get here with today's winds, and then docking, which is arguably going to be the most complicated part of the whole day. So I hate being against the clock while I'm flying, and you think a whole day would be enough time. Hopefully it will, if everything goes okay. Right, if we're stuck here for more than 5 minutes, then it's game over. We've missed that train. Not a terrible place to be stuck though. Less than an hour. We're not going to make it. So that means I've got 1 hour less to do everything, which calls into question whether this is even doable today. And it's very windy up here. This might turn out to be a failed mission today,
Please
guys.
No, I don't want to do this again tomorrow. No.
It's all part of the fun of an adventure, right?
Getting up early on holiday? No, it's not.
You kids are being very good. Yeah.
Wow.
Look how high it's splashing. So we've decided to drive all the way to Bergen, rather than me getting the train from Voss, which means that Anne-Marie can help me get the seaplane ready. And then if for any reason it's a no-go, we're all still together, we can drive back together. Although this is not the news Anne-Marie wanted, to have a 3-hour drive back through the snowy mountains on her own. The sun is just peeping up above the mountaintops for the first time today. Yeah, so this is a problem I had not foreseen, which is I thought there'd be enough avgas in there for our needs, but no.
So what's the other option?
So
Go
the
somewhere
only
else?
option now is to fly into the next valley to the petrol station that's by a marina and get cans from there, but that's going to add a lot of time. Every time I've done that in the past, it's taken a good hour or two of walking backwards and forwards, carrying cans and topping up. And the weather's like this. I can fly around, but it's just this is a lot of hassle. So we've made a plan which actually ticks lots of boxes. So we haven't got enough fuel to get to the fjord, but we are all here, and there is 2 hours of usable fuel on board. Sorry, 1 and a bit hours plus reserves. We're all here, the seaplane's there, the weather's not brilliant, but it's improving. So we're going to pump out the floats, and we're going to go for a sightseeing flight around Bergen and maybe land at an island for a cup of tea where there's a hotel, if the conditions look okay. And then we'll come back and put the plane back on the dock here. And then that's the box ticked of getting the family up in the seaplane this summer. Even if that's the only one we do, it'll be fine.
I just thought I was going to be in a hot tub drinking lots of red wine, not standing here pumping floats and stuff.
I'm glad you're enjoying it as much as I am. Got a new seaplane helper. So today is looking increasingly like we're not going to salvage anything from this. So we've driven a total including stop of 4 hours to get here. We've been here for 2 hours. It's taken us that long fueling. We still have only pumped about half of one float. I've got a couple, because this is likely to be our, if it happens at all, I don't know if it's going to happen at all, this is likely to be our only seaplane flight of this trip. So I've got, I only bought 2 GoPro mounts. So I've only got 2 GoPros set up inside, but a couple of extra camera people to help film maybe. Amory and I take it in turns to pump out the floats. Because this plane's been sitting parked in the water for a few weeks, the floats have just seeped. They've allowed lots of water, so it's taking ages to pump them out. But the weather is worse than forecast today, which is really, really frustrating. I mean, it's flyable, but there are low, thick clouds coming in. Maybe you can see, there's just a lot of low, claggy cloud. But I know that if I don't go up, even for a 20-minute sightseeing flight with the family, and get Amory in the plane for the first time, I know I'll really regret it. The conditions are fine, the wind isn't too strong. It's between about 5-knot wind down here, a bit more out in the open water, which is actually good for a takeoff. But we did successfully refuel, which will either be great or pointless. But next year, this is the first season for this plane at this base. Next year, we've got a lot of different things happening. It's going to be based in a different place with its own fuel. Bows are right next to it. So it'll be much easier. And go on, don't stop.
You better buy me some wine for this.
Amory says she wants her money back from this trip. There's one other important point I want to make here, and that is that that girl back there pumping up the floats deserves a medal for putting up with this. This trip has not been what I promised her and expected it to be so far. And there she is, pumping out floats, helping me out. So many girls I know would have lost their sense of humour by now and gone, I'm not doing this, you stupid seaplane, all this for nothing, blah, 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 hours of driving, blah, blah, blah. You are all very patient and loving and kind to indulge my seaplane fetish like this.
Yes, and I don't want to break Nico too.
That are not,
No.
those are not the words I use for us.
That boat's right over the top of a hire car. Oh shit, there's a fucking...
What? Oh no.